Boom! Pro Wrestling's Coco Harriet Invitational is in the books. Here's what you may have missed. It was the battle of Team Hall versus Team Amira, with each team fielding combatants in a series of single matches. The winners of each match moving on to rep their teams in the main event. Team Amira entered the evening at a disadvantage, with only 5 team members to Team Hall's 6. Things kicked off with Vancouver Island phenom Rose taking on the ultra-intimidating Zamaya.
This is my world!
Rose eked out the win, moving on to the main event, and remains undefeated in singles competition in Boom. Afterwards, staff and talent were assembled in the ring to recognize the efforts of some of Boom's most valued contributors.
I'd just like to take a moment to shine a spotlight on some of the women who make Boom Pro Wrestling possible. Representing all of our fantastic in-ring talent. Our photographer, Sky Portman. Our ring announcer, Harmful Tina Harms. And my good friend Marta, who you might know as our podcast host, and she does so much more behind the scenes.
I actually, as a kid, wanted to be a wrestler, but unfortunately I was actually diagnosed with a genetic heart condition that meant to have a, sorry, it's a little emotional, a pacemaker put in when I was a teenager. The woman coming along into my life was such an important thing because it meant I could actually get involved in the action of wrestling. This is going to be an incredible show, and like, no offense, but I'm really excited to see Team Amira take it tonight.
Unhappy with Marta's public display of support for their opponents, Team Hall lashed out. Thank the heavens for Amira, who may have quite literally saved Marta's life. Next, Team Amira representative and fan favorite Izzy McQueen took on Team Hall member, the Belle of the Brawl, Bryn Thorne. A hard-fought battle, but unfortunately Izzy eventually succumbed to a vicious running knee by Thorne. Bryn Thorne moved on to the main event. Next, co-captain of Team Hall, Liza Hall, versus Team Amira's Brittany Brooks. An epic affair that saw Hall and Brooks' full arsenal on display. Eventually, the Rain City Stretcher forced Brooks to tap out. Rounding out the first half of the evening, Team Captain Amira faced the ultimate athlete, J-Rod. J-Rod possessed a clear advantage in size and strength, but Amira was able to overcome, punching her ticket to the main event. After the match,
have you found another team member? Because if you don't have another one for that last match, the ref, he will start to count to 10, and if he makes it to 10, you have to forfeit that match. What's going on with your team?
I have a plan. I'm working on it. Yeah! There will be somebody out here. Team Amira will go on. I promise.
There you have it, folks.
returning from intermission, Team Hall co-captain Bambi Hall versus Vancouver Island sensation Becky Beach. After a spectacular entrance, Beach was caught off guard by Bambi's aggression, and to the shock of all in attendance, quickly fell. The last of the singles matches were next, with Team Hall putting forward the villain, Tara Zepp. But who would emerge to represent Team Amira? None other than the Boom podcast host herself, Marta.
Wait. We'd love for you to participate tonight here, Marta, but with your heart problem and all, and we have first aid here on hand, you are not medically clear to compete. I'm sorry.
I did kind of expect that something like this would happen. So, I'm very glad to say that Amira found some backup.
Surprise entrant Nicole Matthews stepped up, withstanding Zepp's gnarly tactics and overcoming her inhuman ability to absorb punishment. Matthews took the win and would join the main event. But first, a visit from the Archduchess of Professional Wrestling.
My fellow pro wrestling fans! The winners of tonight's main event will earn a match against an opponent of their choosing at Boom's biggest show yet at the University
Then an unfortunate interruption by both Kyle Fines and the Entourage to discuss the next night's 30-person Rumble.
I don't care if you're a man or a woman or a child, you're going over the top rope tomorrow night. There's nothing you are gonna do about it. Let's get out of here, get out of here. Let's get out of here.
Eat it, dorks.
And then our main event, the surviving members of each team facing off in a multi-man tag. The winners earning the right to pick their opponents on March 22nd. A full team effort. But in the end, it was team captain Amira who was able to pick up the win over Bryn Thorne, notably leaving the Hall sisters unscathed.
You pulled it off! Team Amira is victorious! You have been offered a match at this UBC show, the biggest group show in history, against an opponent of your choosing. Do you have any idea what you're going to do yet?
I want to give my team a chance to also pick who they want to wrestle, because they taught me a lot. I wouldn't be here without my teammates.
You don't know who you want? I know who I want. I want the very best we have in Canada. Nicole. You want the best? I want the best. You got the best.
March 22nd is just around the corner, and it's Boom's biggest show ever. With double our normal capacity, there are plenty of tickets remaining. Rose versus Nicole Matthews, The Entourage versus Reloaded, Ravenous Randy Myers versus the professional Travis Williams, Izzy McQueen and Amira versus Illatri, and Abraham Lincoln in action, and so much more. See you there.